Hey guys, it is your host, Brad Bodnarchuk, and as always, I'm excited to welcome you back for a brand new podcast here on the Half Dozen Hospitality Podcast. Welcome to our final week of the Mindset in Hospitality. I'm extremely excited. I'm also extremely warm. I thought it'd be fitting, even though I didn't have to right now, that I come back to our truck and record this final 5th episode of this series. It's quite muggy in Nova Scotia right now, so it's warm in the vehicle. So I'm motivated to be concise with this and keep it quick. I guess that's what concise means. But welcome to week 5, guys. If you haven't been following along yet, I encourage you guys to go back now 5 weeks and check out episode 1, and then obviously in sequence 2, 3, and 4. And what I'm working to do in my business, my consulting business, and also with these podcasts, this series, is just introduce some ideas that we can incorporate as individuals, as businesses, and as an industry that I feel will allow for us to perform better and be less vulnerable as an industry, as business, and as individuals. So if you have taken anything from the previous 4 podcasts, that means the world to me. And if you've taken just a tiny thing, whether it's inspiration or motivation or an idea, that's a win. And that's why I do this. So let's jump right into week 5. Something I've talked about many, many times on this podcast. I've asked this question to numerous guests, and it is going to be my 5th piece of advice to help you all that care to change your mindset in this business, in this industry. And it is ask for help. I'll put the link in the show notes. If you guys go back to the podcast, I posted 5 things restaurateurs should do right now. One of those 5 things was ask for help. And I wanted to repeat myself a bit. I'll elaborate more on what I mean by ask for help, but it's imperative that we in this industry use each other as support, as friends, as a cheering section, etc. And we are confident enough to ask for help. And that for me has been something that's held us back massively in this industry. And I believe, personally, that the reason this exists, the reason this is an issue, is because of egos. In our industry, egos run wild. And I get it, kind of, but I don't think it really has a place in our industry anymore, especially. But I feel like the egos that exist in our industry are holding us back and causing us not to share, causing us not to ask for help. And that can be very detrimental for a few reasons. When we don't share, people miss out. It'd be like if I had a backyard pool that was perfect temperature, and in this muggy weather we're having in Nova Scotia, I kept it all to myself. Sure, it'd be great because I have my own pool, but man, would it be boring, and it's not really getting its full potential used. It could help a lot of people cool down. We could hang out. It could facilitate some relationships growing. So what I feel has happened for far too long in the industry is people get protected, and I use the word silos a lot. People keep themselves in silos and they don't want to share, and I think that has to stop. It's holding you back a lot and holding the industry back a lot. The what's the word? The less inclined you are to share, the less our industry will flourish. And I don't want to say, hey, Bob, you're responsible for the industry flourishing, but hey, Bob, it'd be really great if you would share your contact that you have for olive oil out of Italy. That's a great price. These are the simple things that we can do. So by asking for help, what I'm hoping is we'll call out the Bobs. I apologize if your name's Bob. We'll call out the Bobs and say like, hey, I could use some help here. Are you willing to help? And then allow Bob to make the decision. And Bob, if you're listening, what's up, first and foremost. But two, let's leave the egos and let's share. And to that point as well, the ego holds us back from even asking for help. So the ego can be a really tricky thing when it comes to our minds and life and business. But what I'm encouraging you guys to do is drop the egos and ask for help. And this may sound like a shameless plug, and perhaps it is, but whether it is asking for help from a consultant, whether it is asking for help from a neighboring business, whether it is asking for help from a family member, whether it's asking help from someone outside of the industry, the more comfortable we are with asking for help and saying, hey, I don't know how to do this, or I could use your expertise, or I could use your help, the stronger we get, again, as individuals, as individual businesses, and as an industry. So I want for us in this 5th week to commit to knocking down walls, removing silos, and allowing for ourselves to get rid of the egos for the betterment of ourselves, of our businesses, and the industry. If there's something you don't know, ask somebody. And if you feel like, hey, I'm already doing that, Brad, but nothing's really working for me, I encourage you to go deeper. I encourage you to ask more questions. I encourage you to ask for more help. And I encourage you to be the person that shares more. I encourage you to be a person that says like, hey guys, I got a backyard pool. It's really hot out. Come swim at my place. Whatever the version of that's going to be in your life or in your business. So as we switch, pardon me, from a hospitality mindset, which is always, hey, what can I do for you? And we switch to a mindset in hospitality. One of the keys on this 5th week, this last podcast in this series, one of the keys is going to be ask for help. And then I'll throw in there, remove the ego. If you guys need any help with your business, hey, reach out. And if it's not me, I'd be more than happy to put you in touch with someone who I think could help you out. And that's all we need, is we need people willing and able to help each other out. And I know a lot of people that are willing and able to help each other out. So if you're a fan of this show, you listen and you've got questions, ask them. If you're a fan of the show and you have something to share, I encourage you to share it. I want to thank you guys so much for sharing your time with me every single week. It means the world to me. This little series, this 5-week series, has been really fun for me to explore internally. Also within my business, I've come up with some great pieces that I can share with my clients. But as I wrap it up, I really do want you guys to consider sharing more, knocking down walls, getting rid of the egos, and doing it for yourself, for your business, hey, for your family and their livelihood, but also for the industry as a whole. No more silos, no more egos. Let's move past it and let's witness the growth that it will allow for. That's it for me. I'm going to leave you guys to it. Before I let you go, I will plug the Culture of Excellence program. It is up and running still. If you guys need or want to improve the culture in your business, in your life, within hospitality, the Culture of Excellence program is for you. You can access the program through my personal website at bradbodnarchuk.com or HAD Hospitality. That's halfadozenhospitality.com. You click the link, it takes you to the page. Any questions, you let me know. That's it for me. Have an incredible day. Be ridiculously good to each other. And until next time, be good and do good. Peace. I'm out.
And we out here, luxurious limoncellos, what we bout here. Tahiti violin.